have great contests.
Always got music going.
Always on.
No matter where you are or what you need, we've got it for you. ICRT.
It's always there, so I listen to it all the time.
FM 100.
All right, it's 9:45, and I told you that it might happen, and I think it's going to happen right now. We are going to go live to one of my favorite artists of all time. I am so nervous. No, not really nervous. I'm just excited. Elvis Costello. Elvis, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
All right. You're in the United States right now?
I'm in Canada.
Oh, you're in Canada because you're on tour, and I was looking at your tour dates. You're getting ready to head south to the United States, and then you're coming over to Asia as well.
Yes.
All right. I got it. You know, you're going to be making several stops in Asia, Japan, mainland China. You're going to be in Singapore. But we bow to you for making Taiwan one of your stops. We really appreciate you coming in and performing for us.
Well, it'll be my second visit to Taiwan. I came with my wife a few years ago. I kept somewhat in the background, but I was there, and I really enjoyed the concert. Hold on one second, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, my son.
You've got your son with you. That's cool.
I have both of my sons, my young sons with me.
Oh, neat.
My older son is yeah. So I'm at home in Vancouver, so I'm running the home station at the moment.
Okay, that's neat. All right, I did want to ask you now before we move to the concert that's coming up. You and I are both about the same age, and we grew up in a very vibrant musical time. How much influence did that music back in those days, the 60s and the early 70s, how much did that impact you as an artist and a writer?
I never really thought of it in those terms. Did you think about that when you were 9 years old?
No.
I never really thought. It was just some stuff that was happening all around us. My life was a little bit different than some of my friends. In that my father was a singer on the radio, therefore I heard music in a rather different way. You know, it's unusual when your friends' experiences, their parents telling the kids to turn the music down that they're playing too loud in their bedroom. In the meantime, you know, that same music was what my father did for a living. He had to learn the songs of the day. And therefore, you know, he was in the front room learning the sort of songs that my friends were being told to turn down. That was a curious sort of experience, but that was the way it was. And my mother had sold records in the 1950s and the early 60s, so you might say that, you know, the music, I didn't really take in the cultural, artistic side so much as it was what my parents did for a living in different ways. That's, you know, that makes it both magical when you go along with your father to a radio studio and hear a band of, I guess I thought of them as older men, but they were probably only men in their 40s, playing saxophones and trombones and trumpets, and singing what was asked of them, which was the hit parade of the day, which of course by the early 60s was music which was really about to make that kind of band almost a thing of the past, you know.
There you go.
So I saw it all sort of happen, and that's really my fortune, I think, you know, to have had all of that around me.
Now you broke in along with your band, the Attractions, in the 70s. And that was another turning point for music coming out of Britain at that time. There was punk and a lot of different genres that were going on.
Yeah, that sounds a bit French to me. I never really went with other people's idea of what that was. I just sort of like thought of it all as music. I'm making a joke, obviously, about I just thought it was all stuff that we should be listening to, you know. I think you found that everybody really, as soon as they had a moment, they spoke from the heart. They might have needed to make a manifesto to get to get heard initially, but once they got to speak their heart, they spoke of all the music that they loved. That was true of some of the best musicians of the time that I began in, anyway.
Yeah. But you've come a long way since then. You have branched out. You're doing other things. You're writing music for movies. You're producing now. You've really grown.
Well, I've been asked to occasionally write, not so much write songs. I've written film score and music for dance and all sorts of things. I've had the opportunity to try some very different types of things. Right at the moment, most of the songs that I'm writing are for the musical stage, and they're for other people to sing. But you may hear some of them in my concerts because I'm previewing those songs, and it's a wonderful way of getting to feel what it is to hear the song in a room,
Yes.
with people, with humans.
I'm kind of curious.
I mean, if I'm going to ask somebody to sing a song that I've written, I better know how it goes.
Absolutely, yeah. But I wanted to ask you too. How much of an influence has your wife had on your music?
Well, I don't know. We like a lot of the same music. You'd be quite surprised to find the music that all the music that she loves. I think you would be quite surprised by some of the music that she loves. In the same way as I know a lot of the music that I knew already, a lot of the music that she is well known for playing. It wouldn't necessarily be music that's associated with my name to a stranger who doesn't know very much about my life. I mean, I wrote a book to try and sort of explain a little bit of where all of this fits together. But I would say that the influence is probably more profound in terms of our life together than and I suppose the life generates the music,
I gotcha. Now, you're going to be on the road for quite a while. What can we expect when you take the stage here on September the 14th? What kind of a show are you planning for us?
Well, it's part of a tour called Detour, which by its title, you would imagine, is an invitation to the unexpected. What I found is the strongest thing I can offer the audience is a route to the best known songs via surprises, including those to myself. If I can sing the songs that I've written with a sense of discovery again, I think they're going to hear the songs that I've written more vividly than if I were to, tell you in advance everything I know, that I'm going to sing. Right. I don't think anybody will say, well, he didn't play the song I like. You'll definitely hear the songs that that I'm known for, as it were. But the way in which I get to them is sometimes a little unexpected, and I try to find a way to do that that's going to keep the music from becoming a predictable ritual. I don't think people want to hear that. They want to hear music that's alive to the singer.
Okay.
So if it's got a ring of truth to me, then there's a better chance that people are going to hear something that matters to them.
Okay, outstanding. Now, before I let you go, I do have a question about your guitar. That is one of the best old guitars I have ever seen in my life. Maybe you can tell us just a little bit about your guitar.
Well, the main one I think that you might be referring to is a Jazzmaster, a Fender Jazzmaster, which is the main electric guitar I've used these years. I mean, obviously, in the solo show, I will use a number of instruments. I play a little bit of piano. I have acoustic guitars that also, create the sound that I need. I think that you will hear a number of things. That old Jazzmaster has seen a lot of adventures, and it still sounds wonderful. I'm very fortunate that I picked a good one when I bought that guitar.
You most certainly did. Well, Elvis, we appreciate the time you spent with us this morning. I know you're very busy. You need to get back to your sons, but have a safe journey, and looking forward to seeing you on September the 14th.
I will look forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Elvis.